to the man who's getting married and he's not capable to look after his wife and kids. Don't get married if you don't have money to look after your wife and kids. Don't get married if you have no money. When your wife asks you to pay the bills, it's not her fault that you can't afford to pay the bills. It's not her fault that she has to go to work and she's got kids. This issue, it's happening a lot. And it's happening to someone close to me. Her husband, he can't afford to pay the bills. He's whinging and complaining that he's got kids and he's got family. She's not spending money on superficial things. She's not asking him to buy her Gucci and Chanel and all those things. Your job to pay the bills, your job to buy food and pay the bills on time and pay the rent on time. If you can't afford to get married and have a wife, don't get married. Don't drag that woman a long way if you can't afford to have a family and kids. You have this single mindset, stay single. What I meant here, stay single. Your job as a husband when you're getting married, to look after her and after the kids. We're not saying that you have to give her thousands of dollars a week. You have to pay those essential bills, which is the food, all the bills, electricity, gas and phone and all those, like a normal bills. And your job to pay the rent yourself. It's not her job to go to work and pay the bills and help you with the bills. It's not her job to go and pay for the bills. What I meant here, if you want to get married and you're not capable to look after your wife and kids, don't have kids. Her choice to go to work if she wants to go to work, but that's not her fault. If you can't afford to pay the bills, it's not her fault. Well, she has to help me. This is the problem with some men. I have this issue, it's happening a lot. To those men that call themselves men, if you can't afford to look after your wife, please don't get married. Don't drag that woman a long way. It's not fair to drag that woman a long way if you can't afford to pay the bills, if you can't afford to look after your kids, and you can't afford the food and the groceries and all the bills. So many people struggling in these days, and the men take it on the wife. He's taking it on the wife. She's too expensive. She's spending so much money. Most of those women, they're not asking you for too much. They're not asking you for fucking holidays. They're not asking you to buy them the world. Her job as a wife to look after the kids, her job to make sure the house is clean, and her job to make sure you got food at the table when you come home. But your job as a man to provide. You have to be the supportive. You have to be the strength of the house. You have to be the man of the house. Your job, you are the foundation. You are the core of every foundation in the house. It's not her job to go to work and put the kids in daycare to pay the bill, to help you with the bills. If you can't afford, this one here for all the men, if you can't afford to look after your wife and kids, please don't get married. If you can't afford to have kids, don't have kids until you be able to pay the bills, until you be able to provide and give the kids all they need and whatever they want, because it's very hard for those kids not to have the things they want to have because of you. It's not fair. All their friends be able to get whatever they want, but you can't. It's not the kids' fault and it's not your wife's fault. We're not talking about those wives who they're trying to suck your blood and trying to make you buy expensive things. We're talking about the normal stuff. The normal stuff, the rent, the food, the groceries, the bills, the normal stuff. Please don't get married if you can't afford to look after your partner. Please don't get married. I'll repeat, don't get married. Today's video is very different in comparison to other videos. I'm always trying to inspire men. I'm always trying to talk about men's behalf and men's right. But today, this is different. If you can't afford to look after your wife and kids, please do me and do her and do yourself a favor. Don't get married. Don't get married and drag any woman a long way. Stay single. If you want to hang out with your mate and you can't afford to pay the bills and you got in enough and you know what, and you getting frustrated and you have a problem with the wife, please stay single and let that woman to marry a man. He's be able to look after her. Make sure if you can't afford to look after that woman, please let her go. Let her marry someone else. He's got the money to look after her and he's got the money to look after the kids. If he ever trying to have kids with her, if he ever trying to have family with that girl, he be able to look after her and after the kids.